Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. We are two people spending approximately $60 a week on groceries. We are successful at this because we leverage our pantry very, very regularly. I shop the sales, and the items that I purchase on sale, I put in my pantry, subdivide, put it in the freezer, and a lot of my meals are planned directly from my own supplies. I like to fill in the gaps, the ingredient gaps that I have from my grocery shopping. So I'm not going out, I'm not saying I'm going to make this meal and I need 12 ingredients. I look through what I have, I use what I have, try to think of what could I make with this. Oh, I only need one ingredient, or I only need two ingredients. And then the rest of my budget is spent on items that are on sale or items that are great buys, clearance, whatever, for future stockpiles. So I just really wanted to make that clear, just in case when you hear people saying shop from your pantry or a pantry purge or shop from yourself, that all that really means is you're using what you already have. I hope you have a great week. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. Thanks so much. So here is Olympic organic yogurt. These two kinds, so vanilla and natural, on for $2.99. And right here, our $2 off coupon, so I could get organic yogurt for 99 cents, and I'm gonna get one. I've got this coupon, buy 2 boxes of crackers, they specify which ones, and a Cracker Barrel cheese, and save $4. I'm at Superstore. The crackers are on sale right now, 2 for $7.50, so not an awesome price, but compared, I guess, combined with the coupon, okay. And Cracker Barrel cheese is actually on sale right now for $5.49, and I am looking for mozzarella. Of course, there is no, there I am, hi, no mozzarella. How annoying. I'm gonna have to check the bins. The bins are full of cheese, even more cheese down here on the end, but no Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna have to ask. Yay! So excited. Soup for lunch today. This is the last of a soup I made last week in the hopes to clear out a bunch of items out of the freezer to make room for the 35 pounds of Hass that I got from a food rescue. The soup had in it broth that I had saved, I think, from either a ham or a chicken. It had a little bit of ham, had a little bit of chicken, a little bag of corn. I put carrots. I had a little bag of frozen mushrooms. I put onions in it, some peas, just using up a bunch of items to clear out space in the fridge, and it turned into a really delicious soup. We've taken some chicken out of the freezer for tonight. As of now, the weather is clear. We plan on barbecuing tonight. If that changes, this will go straight in the oven. Hopefully the salad kit held up really well. This is from not last week, but the end of the week before that. Guacamole crunch. We are going to have this with the barbecued chicken tonight. Yay! It looks really good, in great shape. Good news. Barbecued chicken with guacamole crunch salad. This smells amazing. The chicken smells so good. Here's a close-up. So good. Bagels, and you guessed it, Hass jam. If you didn't watch last week's video, I'm just going to share that I was able to participate in a food rescue. I got 35 pounds of Hass berries. I reprocessed them into smaller frozen packages. And have many of them in the freezer, but I made 2 batches of Hass jam. It's really yummy, like extra super yummy. What you're looking at right here are some maple leaf cheese sausages. They were $7.49 with a 50% off sticker on. The reason that I'm showing this is because I have not taken my video yet with all of my groceries. Yet here we are eating some of the groceries that I bought for supper. I didn't intend to do that. They ended up being $3.74. I thought that was a phenomenal buy. And I picked up that pack this week, and we're just going to have it with some leftover salad, I think. So we've decided to make sausage burgers. Yay! Bad news. We had 5 buns left, and 3 of them had mold, and we lost them. But these 2 didn't. So yay! At least we can each have one super fancy sausage burger. So this is relish that I made earlier this fall. And I'm really happy. We just used the rest of it up between the 2 of us. And I'm going to put this in the dishwasher. And yay, one more jar for some pepper jelly. I need some of this size jars. Ketchup, mustard, relish, a little bit of cheese, and some leftover salad. There's not much salad left, but we're going to split it. It is Saturday night, and I have been procrastinating taking the grocery video. I was going to procrastinate it more until tomorrow morning, but you see those little chippies in the background? The handsome one would like to have some of those. I am currently at $55.96 for the week. I've shopped at Sobeys, Giant Tiger, Dollarama, and Superstore. At Dollarama, I bought 2 packages of cookies. They were $1.25 each. And I bought 4 packages of the meat marinade. They sell them 2 for $1.50, which is a phenomenal buy, making them 75 cents each. You can certainly buy these at Sobeys. Same brand, exact same ones, but they're much more expensive. So I prefer buying them at Dollarama. They haven't been in stock in quite some time, so I was quite excited to see these on the shelf. I typically buy very inexpensive steaks, which means when you're cooking them, they can be kind of tough. So I like to save money by buying an inexpensive cut, but I like to make that cut better by marinating them in a really good marinade. And we like this one. I bought the yogurt at Sobeys. It was $2.99. There was this rip-off pad right on the shelf with $2 off coupons, so I paid 99 cents. I shopped at Giant Tiger. They had Ruffles chips on for $2.67, and the handsome one specifically asked me to go. There wasn't a huge variety in flavor, so I just got sour cream and onion and sour cream and bacon. I actually had made my purchase at Superstore, and I was just in the car, and I always check my messages before I leave town to come home, just in case there's any last minute things that we need to get. And the handsome one let me know that somebody else on another site had posted these party peanuts that were on exclusively, so like an in-store special, at the Superstore that I was at for 94 cents. So I said, okay, sure, I'll go back in, I'll grab a couple cans of them. They were 94 cents. I think that's pretty great. He's excited, and he's flipping back and forth between he wants to have some chips tonight or he wants to have some of the peanuts. I got the peas. They were on for a special offer for my particular card holder. So my PC Optimum card, swipe that card, and I got the PC frozen vegetables for $2.50. So that was $5 for the package of them, or the 2 packages of them. Cracker Barrel cheese, $5.47. Hold on that because I got it for a better buy. The Ziggy's spreadable cheese wedges. So these are 24 packs. These are really quite large, if you can see that, the double thickness. These were on a flash food offer. So they were on flash food for $2.50. I was really unclear of exactly what size I was getting. I thought it said 24 pieces, but the picture was a little blurry. So I was really pleasantly surprised when I picked them up. These retailed for $11.97 on the shelf in that Superstore. So yeah, $5 for those 2 packages. They had chicken thighs and drumsticks on for $1.99 a pound. I got this package, so 1.394 kgs. That is just over 3 pounds for $6.12. This peanut butter syrup, we had this in the summer, and it was a huge hit with both of us. They had the bottles marked down to $4.29, which was, I think, cheap anyways. And so 50% off was $2.15. The Christie crackers were on 2 for $7.50. I chose wheat thins, sweet potato. We've never had that kind before. And of course, Swiss cheese, which is a favorite of ours. And this is where the coupon came in when I was talking about the cheese. I had a coupon for $4 off if I bought 2 boxes of crackers and 1 Cracker Barrel cheese. That's a pretty phenomenal buy. When you think that $5.49, I prefer to buy cheese when it's $4.99 or under, but $5.49 in combination to crackers that were already on sale, and I had a $4 off coupon, it brought the total price to the crackers and the cheese to $9. I think that's pretty good. The milk. So I bought last week some granola cereal, and we actually haven't eaten any of it at all. I have a very small amount of milk left from last week, and we've been using it in cooking. So I decided to get 2 liters. It was expensive, $6.79 for 2 liters. The bananas, 50% off. They worked out to $1.05. The coleslaw, 50% off. That worked out to $1.75. And the romaine lettuce, 50% off. That worked out to $1.50. And the jam here in the background, again, more procrastination. I haven't put it away yet. That's the Hascap jam that I made during the week last week. This is a lot of groceries. I'm really excited about some of these things. Like, this is a phenomenal buy here. 99 cents. I'm really happy with that because not only can we use this in smoothies with some of the Hascaps that we still have lots and lots of Hascaps, but we can also use this to make granola cups. Yeah, all kinds of things that this will go with, especially for 99 cents. Great buys this week. Very excited. I am making a smoothie. This has a banana, Hascap berry juice, Swiss chard from our garden, some protein powder. I might need to add more liquid, but we're going to start with this. Look how purple! I might need a little more liquid. I'm going to check it out. These look really, really good. Very dark. So the coloring of the Hascaps is something that I've been very aware of ever since I started processing them. Little driplets seem to get everywhere when I was making jams, when I was separating the frozen ones and trying to repack them into more appropriate sized for my freezer situation. So I'm worried that it'll stain my cupboards, my countertop. So I'm just very, very, very aware of driplets anywhere. Ground beef, onions, celery, peppers. I am going to add in mushrooms, but probably canned mushrooms. This is the beginning of a spaghetti sauce, and we are going to have spaghetti for supper. I have mushrooms, celery, sauce, tomatoes, onions, peppers. I added spices and garlic. It's cooking, but the vegetables need to cook a little bit more. Spaghetti with meat and vegetable sauce, topped with Parmesan cheese. Lunch today is a fruit cup, cut cucumbers from the garden, some celery sticks, a rice cake, and 2 of those little cheese wedges. Spaghetti for supper again tonight. Ooh, I forgot the Parmesan cheese. I'm going to have to grab that. The handsome one is using these little cheeses to make some kind of a dip. I'm curious of how this is going to go. He's mixing it with this. He says he wants to have some kind of a spread flavored spread for on crackers. More Hascap smoothies for lunch today. I almost started this without that little flat being closed. Can you imagine how much mess that would have been everywhere? Horrible. The handsome one is running an errand, so I'll leave his in there for him, and I'm going to have mine now. This is my leftover spaghetti sauce. So having this much leftover spaghetti sauce becomes a problem when only one of two people living in the household love spaghetti. So I'm going to repurpose this into a different meal. I have some macaroni noodles boiling here. I am going to add a bunch of taco seasoning to change the flavor of the sauce. I'm going to add, so once I drain this, I'll add some cheese slices in here to melt. And that will give it a cheesy taco kind of a flavor, and we will repurpose this as a taco casserole. I've drained the pasta. I have the cheese slices here on top. I'm going to stir these in. They will melt. This will cause a really cheesy flavor to go through the pasta. Then I'm going to add in some of the pasta sauce that I'm repurposing, and we'll add in a bunch of taco seasoning. It's going to be good. Looking pretty cheesy. I might have gone a little crazy with the taco seasoning. Let's get this stirred in. It was a bit dry. I added in a little bit of salsa, a little bit of milk. I'm going to plate this up and sprinkle with a little bit of nacho cheese on top. This looks pretty good. This was a good alternative way to use up some of that sauce. Give it a totally different flavor. Leftover taco casserole from last night's supper for lunch today. I've got this interesting looking recipe for candied yams that I have been wanting to try. So I went to town with my neighbor. When I was in there, I thought I would pick up the ingredients. There was juice on sale at Superstore for 99 cents, but when I went to get orange juice, which is something I need in this recipe, they had some orange juice blends. I just decided to get this orange juice. It was on sale for $2, so double the price, but it's just plain straight orange juice. And it calls for sweet potatoes, and I did buy sweet potatoes a couple weeks ago. I only used one of the two, so I still have one left, but I thought for this kind of a recipe that I should probably have a few more. So I ended up paying right around $4 for these items alone. So we're right at budget now. And I was looking at this today. You're going to find this interesting. Peel and thinly slice 5 pounds of medium sweet potatoes. 5 pounds. There are 2 of us. I don't know even, that's a lot of potatoes. Even for a big meal, that's a lot of potatoes. So we are going to make half of this recipe, and actually it's probably going to end up more like a third of the recipe to be a more sensible quantity for us to try. And we are going to have that for supper tonight, and we're going to have it with sausages. And I was thinking maybe green beans. I think I've got a package of green beans in the freezer. So I have less than 1 pound of potatoes in this little very small casserole dish, and I'm using half of the package here, and it calls for butter, orange juice, and the package mix. When I open the package up, it smells like sugar and cinnamon. This is a microwave recipe. I'm cooking it in the stove, so I'm just pouring this all on here. I've got the stove on 350. I'm going to cover this up. We're going to put this in, and I'm going to do a little research and see if I can find anybody else who's used this recipe in the oven instead of in the microwave. This was a club pack of sausages that were incredibly crystallized. So definitely needed to be eaten out of the freezer. They're honey garlic. This is how my candied sweet potatoes turned out. I actually cooked them for 20 minutes, brought it out, stirred them. So this is with the lid on. Another 20 minutes, brought it out, stirred them with the lid on. another 15 minutes with the lid on, and then I took the lid off, turned the broiler on, and broiled them for 10 minutes, and then we just put them back in just for a couple extra. This turned out great. It looks really, really good plated. I've taste tested the candied yams. They are delicious. I'll definitely be making this again. I'm really looking forward to this meal. Light lunch today, it's cheese, nuts, and fruit. Yeah. Separate meals tonight. I was out earlier at supper time. The handsome one had leftovers, some sausages and other leftovers. It is quite late now, and I am having nachos because they're easy and I just want them. I didn't take the video before I started eating. I was pretty hungry. This was the last little bit of the leftover pasta sauce that I added way more taco seasoning to. Dumped it on top of the nachos, topped that with mushrooms, topped that with cheese, and then added a chili pepper on top. It's pretty spicy and actually really delicious. I'm not using salsa or sour cream or anything like that. I'm just eating it as is. This week was kind of a whirlwind. I feel like it's over before it even began. But one thing about this week is you saw me repurpose some supplies, and not really supplies, but cooked food. And that's something that is really, really important if you don't like eating a lot of leftovers. So I made a pasta sauce. The handsome one doesn't love spaghetti, so I repurposed it with some different spices for a different meal. So same food, but with a different flavor and used in a different way. We were able to repurpose it and get some more variety in our diet. And sometimes I think that's just a really clever way of utilizing your leftovers. Something that I hear a lot is, I don't like to eat leftovers. Not in my house, so we do eat a lot of leftovers, but that's one reason that I hear a lot when people are talking about their grocery budget and saying that they wish it could be smaller, is that they don't like to eat leftovers. So repurposing it into something totally different is very clever. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend.